now that the gluing has been completed of the lifts, the lifts are taken from the paper templates there. Lifts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're marked and then placed together. Those are the alignment marks. It's difficult to get them correctly aligned. That's waterline mark. Anyways, I use those to help me align the lifts and then clamp them with the clamps over there. And the next process is you have to establish the deck, and you do that by sanding this all here and then marking the deck lines on it from the template, which is right over there. So I'm going to sand it, and I'll show you that. This is all you need to do is get the sander on the workbench there, and you turn on the vacuum. I had to turn it off because it makes lots of noise. Put a glove on so you don't sand your fingers off when you're doing this. And then you just start the sander, and you just go down this edge like this. It's hard to really capture, but you sand this all down there, and until it's all flat like this. And it's got some more to do there. You see some glue on the end, but it's getting pretty close. So after sanding the top side of the deck on the boat, you place the template for the deck down, and using some tacks you pin it in place so that you can mark the outside edge of it, which I've done with pencil. So you mark out that top deck with pencil. So I've completed this much of the sanding just using the belt sander, and I'll show you how I did it actually. Just placing the belt sander like that, what I'm able to do is to get in just like this and sand it away. And another way that you can do this is by just holding it right here and sanding it. And it's just, you pick a low speed, and of course you wear gloves all the time on this hand. And yeah, you just kind of slowly sand it away to the edges of the lifts, which are just visible now. So you go right to where the wood begins each lift. And so that was all done just with a belt sander. So I'm just working on the hand sanding now using just this. This is a sponge, and you can put whatever sandpaper you on. I think I got 80 grit on there. And anyways, you just do the final sanding. And the best part about this is with the way the lamp is, and unfortunately there you can kind of see it. I used the lamp as shading. Wherever it's dark, that means there's a bump there, and you just got to sand it off. So this is just after a bit of sanding. I just put it on that bench and sand away right down to those the buttocks lines. That's these ones, the layers, the lift lines. And you just smooth out all the bumps using the lamp and fix it. Here's a chip here, unfortunately, and I'll see what I can do with that part. There's one bad spot there too. But all of the hull seems to be done pretty well. And yeah, well, check it out. So I completed the hand sanding, and I have most of the form here, but there was a couple problems with the layup and how I glued the pieces on. There was chips missing and different things. In one section over here, it was the wood was split there. It didn't get clamped together properly. So anyways, I just put some wood glue down off that popsicle stick there, and then fill it in with some of the dust from the sanding. And we're going to wait till that dries tomorrow to finish the sanding. We got final sanding completed here, and you can see by the light that so final sandings with 150 sandpaper, 150 grit, and it's pretty smooth. So the next task is to varnish it. There's the top side, very slender boat. Top sides. So here's the boat. The varnishing has been completed, and the next thing to do is mark the water line. So for that purpose, I am using some orange electrical tape, and not sure why it's orange, but found a roll of it right over there. And what the electrical tape allows me to do, because it's stretchy, is I can follow the water lines, and by stretching the tape, because the surface is, of course, it's uneven, it's not a flat surface, so the electrical tape works really good because you can stretch it along. And I mark the water line on the back side, and what you do is you just connect those 2 points, connect the front to the back part of the water line, make it as straight as possible, and there you go. So the next thing is to mark it with a felt pen, permanent felt pen. So that's what's going to happen. So the next thing was running a permanent marker pen, which is right here, Sharpie, and the fat one, and you draw a line right alongside of the top of the tape there. That's your water line. So I'll take the tape. So I've removed the tape, and I would say it's pretty close. And that's it. It's completed. Well, I got to put the nails on now, so I'll work on that. Then on the back side of the boat, you just stick a drill like this, one here, and you drill a hole right on the water line there, and there are 2 holes. That's all it requires. And I'm going to put nails in there with the points facing out. So then you just press it against the wall, and so on. So that comes next. These are the nails that I use. I actually bought them for nailing the teak on the boat. Anyways, it's a silicone bronze ring nail, and the ring nail is the important part, because it'll you can just push it into the wood and it gets stuck in there. But I do have to cut the head off, so that's what I'm going to do next with these pliers right here. Just cut the heads off. The nails have been pressed into the holes that I made, and they stick up about that far, and that's just going to get pressed right into drywall to mount it on the wall. So finally we have the completed boat. It ended up being opposite of the plans because I stacked the opposite of the plans because I stacked the lifts opposite, And this is a ruler that you can use, like that's to scale. Anyways, that's just about ready to go. Oh, and on the back side, that's what you need to mark in there. It's patience, length overall 67, scale 1/4 inch. It's finally completed on the wall. My other one, you try to get the water line as close as possible to level. And there's my other one. Nice. Also, if anybody's interested in this model, you can email me with an offer, and could be yours.